Yesterday we talked about one-step equations, but we only talked about addition and subtraction. So today in one-step equations part 2, we're going to take a look at equations that involve multiplication and division. I want to run through the steps with you again. You've already got these in your notes, but step 1 to solve any equation is going to be to write that equation down. Step 2, we always ask our question, is the variable isolated? If we answer yes, all we have to do is to do the math. Okay? If we answer no, we've got to show the inverse operation underneath both sides of the equation. All right? Step 3, the final step, will be to solve it. And we solve it by doing the math involved in the inverse operation. Let's take a look at a couple of multiplication equations. The first one is 8b equals 96. Well, we know that 8b means 8 times b, so the variable is not isolated. They're multiplying it by 8. We know that division undoes multiplication, so we need to show divide by 8 on both sides of the equation. On the side with the variable, 8 divided by 8 is equal to 1, and 1 times b is still just b, so we've got the variable isolated. On the other side, we're going to do 96 divided by 8, which is going to equal 12, so our solution would be b is equal to 12. On the right-hand side of the screen, we've got 5a is equal to 45. Well, 5a, we remember, means 5 times a. The variable's not isolated, so we need to undo the multiplication with division. So we need to show divide by 15 on both sides of the equation. And again, on the side with the variable, the 15's basically cancel out, but the math there is 15 divided by 15 is 1, and 1 times a is still just a. So we have the variable isolated. On the right-hand side of the equation, we have 45 divided by 15. Well, 45 divided by 15 is 3, so our solution to this side would be a is equal to 3. Let's take a look at a couple of division equations. The first one is x over 3 is equal to 11. Well, we know that x over 3 means x divided by 3, so the variable is not isolated. They're dividing it by 3. We know that multiplication undoes division, so since they divided by 3, we need to multiply by 3 on each side to undo that. One of the ways you can show it is by just putting a set of parentheses around each side of the parenthesis and then putting a 3 on the outside, because we know that a 3 bumped up to a parenthesis means to multiply. On the side with the variable, if we have a number and we divide it by 3 and then multiply it by 3 again, we're right back where we're started. So by dividing by 3 and multiplying by 3, we've isolated x. So we have x by itself. On the other side of the equation, we have 11 times 3, which is 33. So our solution would be x is equal to 33. On the example on the right, we have a over 4, which we remember means a divided by 4, is equal to 22. So the variable's not isolated, they're dividing it by 4, so we need to multiply both sides by 4. So our inverse operation is to multiply both sides by 4. Well, the 4's on the side with the variable cancel out, and we have a by itself. And then we have 22 times 4. Well, 22 times 4 is 88, so our solution to this would be a is equal to 88. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I hope this helps you, and stay tuned.